Stu and Dave Do America presents Umar Hayat versus fentanyl.
Oh, I see. This is fentanyl? Okay, nice. How this fentanyl work? Can I take it?
No, we can't.
No. Please don't take it. No. Wouldn't have been a good decision.
It would have been great. He's just dead 2 seconds later, or the next time you see him, he's just going down on a guy.
Is that what fentanyl does?
It's pretty much like you're just addicted immediately, or you're gonna die. Like, it's a horribly addictive substance. Like, I appreciate him wanting to bring awareness to the cause by talking to people, and it's probably good to show what it is. But that's only one. I mean, that's one of the many ways you can take it. But it is hilarious that he's so ignorant to it that he's like, so I just put it in mouth?
Yeah.
I just have some.
Give it a shot. It's just one time. Of course I can try it.
Right.
This is the Len bias rule is here, and you don't want to attempt that.
Right.
But like, I feel like I'm a little nervous holding fentanyl when the only thing between me and it is that little tiny plastic bag,
Which also kills people.
Yeah, I would think
Keith Richards wouldn't hold fentanyl.
Right.
You know, like, that's a really rough thing. Like, people find those bags and die from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very ignorant of him to do that.
Would you say, Dave, and again, you're making fun of someone else for being ignorant about drug use, but let me just throw this out there. Would you say fentanyl is the main culprit in what we see in a lot of these cities where they're kind of like people are bent over and they're standing up and they're sort of bent over? Or is that heroin, or what causes that sort of thing we see in San Francisco all the time?
That's from what I understand, that's trank. Which is a mix of ketamine and fentanyl.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, it's not good. There's a lot of stuff on the streets now, though, but I think that's a very specific blend of it. And I believe those are the two things that mix together. But yeah, they kind of create that zombie effect. And it's, highly addictive. All right. And I've seen that just walking to a store in San Francisco and stuff. It's frightening.
It's weird. It's weird, too, because it's like, you know, you think of someone on drugs, like you'd be almost scared of them. And in a way, it's not like that because you can walk by. They're zombies. There's walking zombies, standing there, bent over at their waist, much more flexible than I am, by the way. It must be a good way to stretch out.
They are. They're very good. They definitely, when they awake, they feel very...
They're very limber.
They went to the chiropractor.
Good.
They feel much better.
All right, it's Stu and Dave Do America. Today's episode brought to you by Trank. Let's do the wrong Hong. Welcome to Stu and Dave Do America. I'm Stu Burguiere along with Dave Landau.
Ahoy, y'all. We meet again.
Dave Landau going to meet you as well all around the country. Go to davelandau.com for the dates. Dave, give us a little highlight, though.
Oh, my goodness. This weekend, you can see me in Arizona. That's right near Phoenix at Stir Crazy. And then August 20th in Cleveland. And then Traverse City, Michigan, Traverse City Comedy Club. But most importantly, August 26th, Honolulu.
That's important for you because
it is.
You have a whole week in Hawaii. It's going to be very nice.
It's just one show. You just come out.
It's going to be great. You got to go see him. If you're in Hawaii, when's the next time you're going to get to see Dave Landau? Make sure you do it.
Yeah, hopefully annually, but so you need to come out this time.
Maybe quarterly. DaveLandau.com for tickets. Make sure you get them. We're coming off I did 4 hours of live streaming last night because of this ridiculous election we're about to talk about at PredictableShow.com. It was a lot of fun. Join the community, PredictableShow.com. Lots of great picks. A couple bad ones, I got to say. Kind of coming into this Francesca Hong situation. Holiday-hating Francesca Hong loses to David Crowley in Wisconsin Democratic gubernatorial primary. Honestly, one of the craziest things I've ever seen. I mean, Hong was favored. She was I think 95% on prediction markets. She was up by 20-plus points in almost every single poll. The last poll that was taken, or one of the last polls that were taken right before this election, she was up by 25 points, I think it was. And the person she was up by 25 over dropped out of the race. So she was facing off against the guy who was in third. She was 30 points ahead plus against this guy. And out of nowhere, winds up defeating Francesca Hong by like 3,000 votes, Dave. Crazy.
But it looked like Hong was going to win.
Yes, it did look like Hong.
So it was a well-Hong poll. initially, but then I'm trying to find the right wording.
Oh, you're nailing it.
Good. Yes, I'm nailing the well hung poll.
Well hung. She was not well hung apparently last night. That was the issue.
I think it's because Americans like Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's true. I honestly think we played this clip, and maybe we put this on another one on our scalps, our list of scalps.
I think we helped scalp
because we promoted this clip quite a bit about her not liking Thanksgiving, and I think that's enough to cost her this election. It was 3,000 votes. Here is, let me give you a couple clips of her.
I don't know. I still feel that it's like whenever I hear that, I always think of like the line from the Mr. Belvedere sketch on SNL, the Mr. Belvedere fan club sketch where they say how many people think we should kill Mr. Belvedere. It's like it still shouldn't have been that close, the vote.
Yes, I agree.
It still shouldn't have been that close.
A massive underperformance. If this race,
yes, it's still an underperformance, but it's still crazy close for socialism.
Yeah, the guy who won, Dave, like 3 weeks ago, dropped out of the race. He dropped out of the race for like a week and a half, and then came back in the race and won.
That is pretty nuts.
That doesn't happen.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, that is nuts.
That does not happen. You have to be uniquely untalented.
You have to really talk yourself out of it.
Yeah. And it's weird because we talk about the Democrats and the left, how people were saying on the feed last night, they're like, oh, they're going to find these votes for Francesca Hong. Oh, they're just going to come out of nowhere. And we'll get into how weird the election was last night. But I think people misinterpreted what Democrats wanted in that race. The machine wanted him. The Democratic machine wanted her opponent because they saw her. They'll probably both be very socialist when in office, but they saw her as uniquely stupid and obvious about it. And they wanted to hide that from voters. And they got what they want with David Crowley, who will be a little bit more moderate on some things, but of course will wind up voting 99% of the time.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
So can I give you another thing here, Dave?
Yes.
So we're in our feed last night, and there were a couple. I couldn't understand exactly why Hong, it felt dirty every time I referenced her.
Sure.
We said the word Hong a lot of times.
Well, yes.
Inappropriate. And at one point I was like, this is predictable. This is not Stu and Dave Do America. Why are we saying Hong so much? But it did feel dirty. And so I wanted to run some of these by you. Because I asked our subscribers to come up with what we should call the show, and we nickname these trades. When we have like a big trade and we make a lot of money, we'll come up with a catchy name.
These Hong trades?
So these are Hong trades. Okay. I wanted to see which ones you think as the expert in the room, and maybe we could even improve off of them. So we had Hong gone, going Hong, wrong Hong, the Thanksgiving turkey. It's not about Hong, but it kind of fits. Ding dong Hong is gong. There's a Hong Gong Fooey. Some of them were a little bit. Let's see. The Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, pretty good.
Pretty good. Hong so wrong. Hong out to dry.
Is there Hong too long?
I don't. Hong too long.
Hong too long would be pretty good.
So long Hong. Hong 'em high. So sorry, so Hong. Crowley's hungry. That's the opponent, Crowley.
Yes, Crowley, yes.
Hungry socialist. Any more in here? I thought some of these were... Oh, there's a long Hong Kong.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. Wrong Hong, wrong time. Gone long Hong. And the Hongover.
I like how they have the camera on me when he says bad things.
Finally, we've had that moment. Some good stuff from the audience. If you have any extras, you or Matt,
I liked it.
I would love to hear.
Yeah, I think that I do. I think we can do stuff with this.
Because I was very. It wound up being the most entertaining part of the evening. I ended the show thinking, I don't want to trade prediction markets anymore or talk about the news. I just want to come up with funny nicknames for stuff. That's so. I was very entertained by the audience last night over at predictableshow.com. If you have any, even if you're not a member at predictableshow.com, there's a thread there in the chat where people are suggesting their names. So if you have one here in the very funny audience here, Stu and Dave Do America, feel free to suggest.
Yes, please leave it in the comments.
Yes.
Yeah, for the Hong Ho. A lot of things you can do there.
I kept coming up with certain varieties of this, and then stopping myself.
Sure.
But the audience didn't really do that.
Well, look, I mean, AOC and Bernie kept their distance.
They did.
So it's clearly a problem with the messenger, not the message with them. So I don't think anybody's going to have a problem with these names.
Hong jokes. We've got a couple days of Hong jokes, and then they're gone forever. So feel free to contribute over predictableshow.com. Let me show you, Dave, a couple of clips from Hong's goodbye speech. So the way this ran, it got very, very close. She was behind by about 10 points, came all the way back, took the lead at one point during the evening. The prediction markets were wild, like just, from 20% to 70% to 20% to 30% to 50%. It was all over the board.
Did you have Crowley?
I actually had Hong.
Okay, I would assume you would because the guy dropped out.
Yeah, you'll be surprised to hear that I held my Hong too long.
You did?
I did.
Yep.
I was caught with my Hong in my hand.
You certainly did.
So stupid. But I actually didn't. That particular race did not do well. We did have some people in the audience who cleaned up on it because if you were just going like up, down, just trading, you could have made a fortune on this thing last night. That was not not a winning position for me, unfortunately. But we did well in the other races. Let me show you though. So with this race it goes crazy. It gets down to it's within a few hundred votes at this point, and they announced that they are taking, they have pictures of this. The election officials are going to download onto USB drives. This is how this actually works in real life. They download the votes onto USB drives, and then they drive them across the county to then import them into the counting system. So this is all happening in front of our eyes. We're waiting and waiting. And like you could see, it's going to take 15, 20 minutes for them to just drive there. So we're waiting. We're filling
time. And there's no chance that there could be a switcheroo at any point.
Because USB drives not famous for being hideable.
No,
or switchable.
There's no way there could be another one in a car. Yeah, that's very not easy to manipulate.
And I will remind you, the Democratic machine got what they wanted in this race, which I'm just throwing that out there.
It is very interesting.
It is interesting. So they drive it across town. And I'm like, all right, finally. Like it's midnight at this point, and I'm still like, I'm on fumes. I can't even look at the screen anymore. My eyes are bugging out. And then they announce 5 of the USB drives that they brought over from one part of town to the other don't have any of the votes on them. They downloaded only the voting audit files and forgot about the results. So now they have to drive back to the other side of town and re-download them, then drive them back to the other side. An absolutely inexplicable. How does this happen in the year 2026?
Right. It's almost impossible.
It is, unless you maybe want it to happen.
Yeah, unless it's corrupted.
Mm-hmm. So this is Hong. And again, I don't have any information on that. I don't know. But it just, if you are in a situation where half the country thinks, actually the whole country thinks that you're stealing every election. When Republicans win, the Democrats think you've stolen it. When Democrats win, the Republicans think you've stolen it. Whether that's true or not, your job is to make this whole system look like anyone has thought about it before the night that they're doing it.
Well, when it magically goes the way it's supposed to every single time. The way the machine wants it
to. No, it's amazing. I set that all up because Hong does this not a concession speech because she doesn't know if she's lost yet.
Okay.
She's behind at this point, but she doesn't know if she's lost. She comes out and she makes a little speech to her followers. Here is what she said.
It is an honor of my lifetime to be your candidate for governor. Wisconsin, we have built something that will change politics forever.
Have you?
The work we have done will be remembered forever.
No, just the Hong jokes will be remembered.
I know we don't have the final results right now, but
why?
What I do know is that we are ready to keep fighting, and I feel confident.
Do you? Well, it didn't last very long because, of course, she lost just a couple hours after that.
And she put on her Lisa Turtle wardrobe. Why does she look like that?
That's interesting. Do we have that? Can we pull that video up again? Can we see that? Well, I guess we have another clip here. Let's watch it here.
Sorry, I only know things from the 90s.
No, I know. No, I know. That's quite clear.
It looks very Lisa Turtle.
It does look a little Lisa Turtle.
Lisa Turtle?
I remember that. Here she is in her Lisa Turtle outfit, talking about nonsense. But I want you to pay attention specifically to the end of this, because she does something you should never, ever do. And you will notice it immediately. She goes full Kamala Harris here. You should never do this. This is never go full Kamala. Here is Lisa Turtle as Kamala Harris.
We have built a beautiful, multi-generational, multi-partisan, multiracial, working class movement.
You lost.
And it is a movement that meets the moment.
It didn't meet the moment.
Bowel movement.
This is unprecedented here. And this is how we're going to win together in November.
No, sorry.
Just
And
lost.
for Novembers to come.
Okay, here comes Kamala.
We will win together.
We will win together.
United.
United.
Because everyone who's running in this race, they know that we can make better possible.
We can make better possible. Okay.
And we must make better possible.
Make it again.
And together, with each other, and for each other, we will make better possible.
I thought that's how she would end that. Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's so bad.
Whenever somebody's whole personality is grievance tries to feign positivity, it's like Squidward trying to smile. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It does not work.
Again, being authentic is always a better idea. But
Well, her authenticity didn't work out either.
No.
They were like, look, just be yourself. They're like, listen, you lost. It was better if you just were quiet.
just be yourself. You know what I effing hate? Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they're like,
probably not.
Sorry, we
don't
didn't
be less of yourself.
be less. Yeah, don't do that either. Don't be Kamala. Don't be you. Just don't talk.
Cut down on the self by like 80%. That's what we're looking for.
Can you do an Asian voice?
I would.
Maybe a fun one.
This is, by the way, the download error we were just talking about. This is what delayed this. Let me give you a quick. This is their explanation, I guess, as to what happened. These things happen, Dave. This happens all the time. Watch.
All right.
There's the audit log and the results.
Right.
What we uncovered was that 5 of the sticks
Just 5.
had the audit log downloaded and not the results.
That's
it's a
okay.
human error. These things can happen.
They can.
So basically what we need to do is go back to the operations center and we're going to download out of those 5 machines the results and make sure that it's not the audit log.
Why is Amanda Sings in charge of this? Why do they have the weirdest looking people?
Yeah, it's an interesting crew.
Yeah, she's like, hi, I'm a disaster. I'm in charge of this.
Who would do this job, though?
Yeah.
Like, why? I mean, if everything goes perfect, nobody notices. And when you have stuff like this, which is a terrible, terrible mistake and can't happen, for God's sake. But, I mean, everybody does make mistakes. And when you do, everyone just basically hammers you and says that you stole the election.
It's good to have a
It's tough.
person. Yeah, it's good to have a spokesperson that looks like a mistake. Right. Come out. And they're like, look, what are you going to do?
She's like, I got this. This is a new outfit. This is how this unfurled on NBC. Which, by the way, I will say this: I'm not going to praise our stupid little stream too much from last night, but like we knew about this stuff as it was happening. We were informing the audience. All right, this is what they're saying is going on. NBC News seemed to have absolutely no idea even how to explain what was going on last night. Here's how that looked.
I guess the exact thing, yes, is if 5 of the USB sticks were missing results from the election, so then they have to go try to re-grab them.
Re-grab them. Look at this. There's more dead air here than my entire live stream.
Yeah, and they're all the folks behind the scenes are talking about this as well. So
I bet
we can also
The news he's getting. It's like,
look. It's unfortunate.
we put down the wrong
here, you're
dog.
saying.
Yes.
Are how do I ask this artfully?
I mean, what the heck is this? I mean, that's bad. That's bad, Dave. It's not just us. That's bad.
It's bad, yeah, when NBC's like, are you kidding? The guy's taking his jacket off, by the way. His tie's down. He's very upset.
Yes.
It's been a long night for him.
Uh-huh.
It's like, why did I take the standing position?
I mean, Kornacki, too. he could talk. The guy, he's on sports broadcasts. He's on their election coverage all the time. He's always kind of running his mouth, and I like watching some of his stuff. But he's pointing at stuff on the screen. He's always got something going on. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. That was just basically just gave up. There's in the middle of the broadcast, like, I don't know. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's see. Let's give you a couple more here. Hong walked back her initial comments on being so woke. This is something they should have probably done immediately after the Thanksgiving comments and some of the other stuff.
Sure.
Here is what she said. Why did she say she wanted to ban Thanksgiving? Well, there's an easy explanation.
I was actually trying to become a sports journalist when I first went to college. So I learned then you have some hot takes, sometimes bad takes on Twitter. And I let my feelings out into the world.
Well, now you can hate Election Day, too. Good news.
Good news. You can hate Election Day, and you're going to be wide open for it. No problem getting to the polls for you. You'll have nothing else to do that day.
And also, we're not going to forget about what you said 6 years ago, 5 years ago, because you're still doing it.
Well, this is the request, though.
Yeah.
We're supposed to now forget about everything that's happened over the past 5 or 6 years. Babylon Bee outlined this perfectly. Democrats announced you aren't allowed to remember what they did a few years ago. And that is legitimately where we are.
Right.
AOC came out the other day and was like, they were asking her about all these things, defund the police and all these candidates are saying this. And we have all these tweets from a few years ago. And she said, oh, well, I have a progressive friend who always says, woke one was crazy. Basically, first of all, indicating there's a woke two, which we should all be aware of because the woke two is going to be worse. The sequel's always worse.
Yes, way worse.
But in addition to that, it's like we're now just supposed to delete our knowledge of all the things they tried to do to us for multiple years. They tried to ruin everybody's life. They did ruin many people's lives.
Oh, they did.
Not just through COVID, but also through cancellation.
Oh, COVID, cancel culture, all that. And then still being told, constantly being gaslit into cancel culture is fake.
Yeah. Yeah, we were told it wasn't happening, just like CRT wasn't happening.
Right.
All of these things weren't happening. Then they were happening. Then they were good that they were happening. And this entire time, we're just watching people's lives get destroyed. This is why I'm happy to see, not all of them. There were some people who, the Me Too era, for example, did produce, I think, some good outcomes. But many
that was them. That's the problem,
right,
though.
It was all on their side.
When you talk about the Me Too era, it's like, you guys were working for Harvey Weinstein.
Yes.
You're the ones that didn't speak up.
Yep. You were hiding it, and Harvey Weinstein was one of you. He was donating to all of your campaigns.
Absolutely.
That was all you. Now, look, there are some...
Right, Meryl, you big talent.
Yeah.
You knew what was going on.
Oh, yeah, you knew.
The whole time. Oprah.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of it was going on. By the way, a couple other highlights. Peggy Flanagan. It wasn't all bad news for progressives. Peggy Flanagan, who wasn't quite socialist, but she was the more left-wing candidate in the Minnesota race for the Senate. She won her primary against a more establishment type. And then Mike Lindell in Minnesota wound up losing. You're going to be shocked to hear.
Wow.
Mike felt that there were voting irregularities in the race. I was
Minnesota?
In Minnesota.
I don't buy it.
No.
The place where all the pirates live? I don't buy that for a moment.
I mean, I don't know if there were irregularities in that race. I did think, though, no matter what happened, Mike might feel that there were some problems with the voting. That kind of does seem to be central to his character at this point in his life.
I've met Mike, and
I have too.
I'm not going to say I'm shocked that the My Pillow guy isn't winning. But I'm also not shocked that there would be irregularities
in that
where
area.
There's these Somali pirates that took over a mall. By the way, the largest mall in the United States.
That's Mall of America, right?
Yeah. I guess you can't call them all pirates, but I think we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It doesn't always look like the Mall of America these days.
Yeah, where the woman who's most known there married her brother to get into the U.S.
Yes. Well, that's allegedly.
And
allegedly. Also accurately.
Yeah, allegedly-ish. By allegedly, if you mean happened.
And then that is what I meant by allegedly in that particular case,
yes.
in my opinion. Okay, anyway, I want to...
if you do the research.
If you look at anything related to the story, you might note very strange things
Thieving
that happened in that situation.
Bread. Monster.
But other than that, everything's fine. Okay, we're going to take a break. I want to come back on the other side. We have How do you make $2 billion in a year for doing basically nothing? We will teach you how next.
For real?
So how do you make $1 billion in a year for doing nothing? Option 1.
Open up a daycare
in Minneapolis.
Fair.
That's probably the easiest way to do it.
I think it's easy. Yeah, it's very simple.
I would recommend that. And you can, about 400 square feet, take in about 35,000 students.
Yes.
That never come.
Or a hospice.
A hospice, yes.
That's another way you can do
Autism
it.
Treatment Center in Minneapolis, another great target.
Good way.
So you have that. You can do that only under, and I don't know if it's going to last. I do think the Democrat Klobuchar will win. So probably the fraud will continue, but Tim Walz is leaving, and that was kind of like the easiest path.
Yeah, he was really good at that.
Really good at allowing people to steal money from Minnesota taxpayers. But another way to do it is very, very simple. Just buy the Lakers for $10 billion and then wait a year and sell the Lakers for $12 billion.
That's not bad.
That's a nice profit in one year.
It certainly is.
Lakers are set to be sold for a second time in less than a year. Former Disney mogul Bob Iger and investor Joshua Kushner are taking over the iconic Los Angeles NBA franchise in a surprise deal that also raises questions about the team's current owner, Mark Walter. A source in the financial world said Kushner's Thrive Capital inked the multi-billion-dollar deal. They are looking into major sports deals in recent months, but the Lakers are the crown jewel asset. And they are. I didn't know they were on the market. This was just sold.
I didn't know they were either.
Kind of impressive.
It's not bad. If it's anything like Bob Iger's Disney, I'm sure they'll just have Magic Johnson's weird kid playing forward.
Probably.
Should be Does Nicholson still go to games?
I actually heard about that recently. Not as many as he used to.
Oh, it's a shame.
I think, again, he's getting a little older there, Jack.
Yeah. You ever just see him on a boat eating a sub?
I feel like I have seen some
best. Like he's
pictures.
just like in the water eating a giant sandwich.
You know what? That's what you got to do.
That's
That's the way to do it.
He is the best at life.
Yeah.
I think he won life over everyone.
Kind of did.
Or like when you just see him on the sidelines of courtside of the Lakers games where he's just eating like a bucket of pizza.
It doesn't care.
No, he just does not care.
They don't even serve it in a bucket. He specifically asked for it to be delivered in a bucket.
He just gets what he wants because he's Jack Nicholson.
He's Jack Nicholson.
Now, look, I think he has dementia. Just bring him whatever he wants. Yep. And he just eats all over his shirt.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know where he is.
There's just like anchovies in the court. And people just stepping and slipping on them.
Yeah, they're just like, that's Jack.
That's Jack. Whatever. That is kind of his status there.
I think he should come with the sale.
Okay. So
I feel he should be taxidermied when he dies and put courtside.
yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I feel it's only right.
I think you're right on that. This is a fascinating thing, though. I mean, it does feel like we are in an era where we have too many billionaires and not enough sports franchises, where there's just a constant demand. If I were a billionaire, I would absolutely overpay by like double for my favorite franchise to own it, right? Like, I don't know what the Eagles are worth. They're probably worth, $8 billion. Would I pay 15 for it just so I could say I owned it if I had that kind of money? Sure. I wouldn't care if I was making or losing money. So we're getting to that point where the valuations of these teams are really going insane.
Yeah, there's got to be a point where if you have 50 billion or whatever it is that people have, I don't know what people have.
Right.
It just seems that once you hit an amount of money, it's just pretend. It's like credit one way or another. It's all just not real.
Right.
So at that point, who cares? So yeah, just have the team and let them do whatever with it.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because I hear this criticism of Jerry Jones a lot, who's the Dallas Cowboys owner.
Yes.
A lot of people here are Cowboys fans.
But I like him for a few reasons. He kept the cheerleaders when they wanted him to start going woke. He did a lot of things that I respect.
Of all the people related to the Dallas Cowboys, who I believe are an evil institution in every way possible.
Sure.
He might be my favorite because you're right. I think he's there. I think his politics are maybe on my side of things,
right.
which I like him for that. And also, I think he hasn't always done the best job for the Dallas Cowboys, which I appreciate very, very
right.
much.
Exactly.
I love him for that.
As a Lions fan, I agree.
I want them to keep him alive for the next 1,000 years.
Yes.
That's what as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, him and Dak Prescott winning combo. You guys keep going for it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I hope they worry more about auditioning the cheerleaders than they do about the actual football team. That is perfect with me.
100% fine with that. Let me ask you this question, though, because the reason why people who are Cowboys fans here are often upset with him is they're like, well, he should let a general manager who understands, modern metrics and salary cap management and all those things run the team, because he's just this old guy and he wants to run it in the way that he wants to run it. And that, that's hurting the team. And to that I say, screw you. It's his freaking team. You know what? If he wants to run it that way, that's how I would be as an owner. In fact, I think if I were the owner, I think I'd make myself field goal kicker. I think I would just go out there, at least for extra points. I would take up, I'd be in my 50s and the least flexible man in the United States.
Yeah.
And I would just say, look, we're going to have, what's the roster size, 50-something? We're going to have one less than that. I'm going to be the extra point kicker. And I'm going to come out and I'm going to make like 18% of those extra points. Win the game anyway. Figure it out.
Exactly.
I'm
with you. It's your team.
It's my freaking team.
I think if they start pushing you into what they think you should do, I'd be like, I'm sorry. Oh. Are you fired? Is that is that what happened just now? I guess. Oh, look, I just cleared up $200,000 a year because you're not here anymore.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah, I would absolutely be like that if I owned the team.
100%. I
don't go in there and tell him what to do.
No.
He owns a football team. He's done better than you. You listen to him.
It's his thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, just like you own your home, you get to do the things within legal restrictions that you're able to do. The same thing there. Like, look, someone's got to kick extra points. It's going to be me.
Yeah, I'm not saying you should be a yes man, but there are situations where if you get that lucky to be at that job where you work for a professional football team and for a lunatic who owns it, just go with it.
Just go with it. Of course, that's how we get to the Harvey Weinstein Me Too era.
I know a guy.
That's kind of how
that's
works.
True. Well, I mean, that's a different.
It is a different thing.
Yeah, if you go in and he's like,
if he's molesting a bunch of women, say something. But outside of that type of stuff, please.
Right? Yeah. There's a certain line where you're like, listen, you don't have to. I'm not saying you have to be Joe Paterno about it and turn your back to everything.
Uh-oh.
But there's certainly, there's certainly a line. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, let him have fun. Like if he's just having the cheerleaders dance, they came to dance.
Yes.
He's not doing anything illegal. Mm-hmm. He's like, look, these are the auditions.
Yeah. And you know what? Not only, this was, again, there's parts of this that I don't agree with, but you just have to love the attitude. The American billionaire attitude is impressive at times. Like he's like, we're going to have a bunch of really hot, basically naked women dancing on the field on a giant screen so no one even pays attention to the football. That's number one. Number two, we're going to pay them 14 cents an hour.
Right. There's beer everywhere.
And number three, we're going to throw them on a reality show and pay them an additional 8 cents an hour.
Right.
So that's it. That's it. That's this deal. They actually have stepped up on that, I guess, recently.
Yeah.
Since all the reality shows have happened, now they're paying them, I guess, better. But
yeah, he's paying them better now.
But for a long time, that was the pattern.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. Which I don't understand. I mean, they're kind of stars in their own right.
They are.
But again, it's the desire. It's the market. The desire for women to be able to say for the next million years, if they were a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, something comes with that.
A lot of Instagram followers.
A lot of Instagram
You get
followers.
some endorsement deals.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you wind up marrying a billionaire of your own.
I think the top several women in the world got their wealth through divorce, which means you can become very wealthy.
There we go.
Just by marrying somebody and then leaving them.
This is our message to all the young girls out there.
Yeah.
Strive for the best, you know.
Learn how to dance.
Learn how to dance without clothing on.
Right.
And then marry a rich person and divorce them.
Right. Well, that's how
a great lesson.
I mean, technically, it works.
It is effective, but please, I have a daughter, don't do it.
No, I'm not saying you should do it. You should go out there and marry somebody and stay with them for their money.
Right. That's much, much better. Thank you.
Well, why vote? Why? It's just, why even get in the work for it? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I think women can do anything a man can do, but why bother?
Right.
I mean, if my wife started making $1 billion, I'd be like, I'm going to stay at home and not do anything.
There'd be no pride at all.
I'd have none.
I would never think, oh my gosh, well, I can't believe I'm married to a spouse who's making more than me. I would say, I can't believe I'm married to a spouse that's making more than me.
They'd be like, you're a stay-at-home husband? I'd be like, that's right.
Yeah, 100. That's exactly it.
They'd be like, you don't have any ambition? I'm like, never did.
Never did. Never
Just
wanted
had
it.
to have it.
Yeah, I didn't even have ambition to get ambition.
No. I'm sorry. Anyway, would you like any more hors d'oeuvres that I made? And they're like,
the problem is, it's different though. I've noticed with women, good-looking women will marry like a billionaire, and then they'll remain good-looking women. If I was to marry a billionaire, I would, look, it's already not good what you're seeing, but it would be much, much worse. I would say.
Oh, I would be morbidly obese, and I wouldn't be able to make hors d'oeuvres. Like I would do the cooking, but you'd be like, "What are you? Why are you making this stuff just for you?"
Did you install a deep fryer in our kitchen?
Like, yeah, I did. Why?
Obviously.
I'd be like, it's an ice cream maker. So why are you door dashing ice cream? I'll be like, because I didn't take time to learn how to use the ice cream maker.
All right, we got to take a break. I want to tell you about this crazy thing that happened with our president. He was under threat and had to take evasive action. A wild story. We'll tell you about it next. So the president scrapped a flight on his new Air Force One, the one we got from Qatar. That was, and he kind of changed to an older plane. It was initially reported as, oh, well, we just wanted U.S. service members to see the other plane or something like that. The old plane has better security features than the new one. Now, what we actually are learning is that Trump was under threat in this moment, a security threat that from Iran that seemed pretty serious. He boarded the old plane, or he boarded the plane, then he went through the catering truck exit into a catering truck, which then pulled over to the other plane and dropped off Trump, like a bunch of bad meals from pseudo first class.
Right.
He was, and I'm fascinated about this for a couple of reasons. Number one, a real threat from Iran, and this is serious. And we can talk about how the war has its problems, and it does. But this is a nation that is actively trying to kill our president. It has been for a long time.
Yes.
And has successfully killed many service members in the United States.
Yes.
And, so again, this isn't just something Trump made up, which is what the media a lot of times presents it as. I just want to make that clear. But I also don't think we should have this sort of detail. If the president needs to escape his plane and go to another plane, now it's been widely reported.
Right.
How he would do that, which seems to be kind of self-defeating.
Yeah, it reminds me of Wolf Blitzer's War Room, where he would tell you war strategy as it was happening. And it's why are you saying where the troops are?
Right.
It's don't.
Here's video in Baghdad.
Yeah, here's where we are right now.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? I understand we allow the press there, but you're not supposed to actually be saying where you're going, right?
Right.
I think, if we allow the press to do certain things, but don't say, this is a pretty baller move to have the ability to get somebody through a plane onto out of a meal cart, into another plane. This is obviously something we shouldn't know about,
right? And it's something that maybe we could use again in the future,
unless leaking it to the press is in fact a trick, which would be all right that we know this.
I like this.
That would be fine.
That would make me feel better about it.
Yeah, but if it's not, this is very stupid.
I feel like because we have a First Amendment and freedom of the press, it's sometimes you have the ability to do things. That doesn't mean you should do them.
Yeah, we shouldn't know everything about everything.
No,
we just shouldn't.
It's they're talking all the time. They're like, Russia was hit by a missile that, we gave to Ukraine and helped with the target coordinates. It's shh. Right. Guys, that's not you don't say that with the outside voice.
Yeah,
That's something we don't ever discuss if that happened.
No, I don't think we should know everything anyway. We were much happier before. I'm not saying ignorance is bliss. We should know some things. And then later we can talk about it as if it's conspiracy and have various theories on it.
Right.
And then 50 years down the line, maybe you tell us when it doesn't matter. But I don't think we need to know everything about everything as it's happening, especially when it's that important.
We are getting to a place where that what you just described, which is a very it's American tradition. Like something happens, people say, "Hey, did this just happen?" We call it a conspiracy. It gets hidden in the documents for 50 years, and then eventually a book comes out, and we're like, "Oh, that was true the whole time."
Right.
I'm concerned that we're getting faster at that sort of like rotation, like the woke 1, woke 2 thing we talked about earlier. Like now we're just a few years. All the same people are still in office. Like it's the same crew. It's still AOC, right? It's still the same people who were involved heavily in woke 1 are now telling us, that woke 1 was crazy. Wait till you see woke 2.
Well, they're apologizing for the terrible thing they did while announcing the horrible thing they're about to do.
Yes.
Like not only that, they're
Yes.
They're pre-striking. I don't know how to word that, but they're letting us know this one's going to be pretty bad.
It's like if you were to say I'm an alcoholic, but I'm going off the wagon next Thursday.
Like I'm going to be planning a pretty bad relapse, and it's going to affect everyone.
Yes. Oh gosh, it's going to be absolutely horrible. I don't understand why they're saying that because they're telling us that it's coming again. They're just going to rebrand a lot of the stuff and make it more insane, and the fact that they acknowledge that something so recent was terrible, right? Like they're saying, we know the things that we said before were insane, but trust us for this new version of it coming around the corner.
Well, and they also see it online where you have all these people angry with Fauci and then all these obviously programmed bots going after people and people argue with them and it's ridiculous because they all say the same thing to defend this nonsense. Yeah. But I think they see that and go like, well, I mean, that was crazy. It's like, there's still people wearing masks. Right. It's still crazy.
It's still crazy.
You affected a lot of people and look around. People are living in tents.
Yeah.
Like we need to reopen mental health care facilities. We need to do something. But the complete distrust in our entire mental health organization and medical organization will never come back. I really don't think it'll ever come back.
That's screwed up. People's financial lives were screwed up. Kids not going to school, we screwed all that up. Yes. I will also say, by the way, there's a lot of talk about housing costs and how that's a big problem. And, a lot of it gets focused on, oh, gosh, well, there's not enough housing, or there's these housing companies that are coming in and buying up all the housing and all these other things that we can blame this on. Central to this problem is the fact that during COVID, we had a president who flooded the zone with $9 trillion and then was amazed to see all the rates go up.
Right.
Right? Like, I know that was a shocking development. That is a unique thing from COVID that we are still dealing with. And the fact that your house costs a lot has a lot to do, not even with the cost of the house, but how much you're paying with it through the mortgage, because you're paying 7, 8, 9% in mortgage costs instead of 3%, which is what it was before COVID.
Yes, 2.5% was what it was. And now you're looking at anything from, 7 to 10.
Yeah, that's the difference in your housing costs almost exclusively. Like, I mean, there hasn't been other rises, but we always see that. The other part is inflation of materials, which was the same freaking problem of flooding the zone with trillions of dollars. Okay, we got to take a break. We're late, but we're going to come back on the other side with a little bit more here on Stu and Dave Do America. BlazeTV.com/Stu and Dave. The code is Stu and Dave. Save yourself $20. Comments coming in. This is the most important thing we talked about on yesterday's program. Scott says, so I'm very curious about this pudding that Stu talked about. And I've experimented with different desserts, especially in my youth, but I'm scared that if I try it once, I won't be able to stop. I just don't want to ruin my life. You will ruin your life on the Biscoff pudding.
Slippery slope.
I will say. Voodoo Face writes, you mentioned Biscoff and my wife went nuts. That's what happens. My wife is insane for this stuff.
It's good. I mean, I'm going to try it. If I try it, I mean get addicted.
Speaking of that, Johnny says, Stu called heroin a product. Love this show. that does explain it. That's where we are. Okay, Stu and Dave, Do America. Make sure to go to DaveLandau.com to get tickets, predictableshow.com. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.